Let's do another rant on Dragon Age Veilguard. 22 minutes of gameplay with BioWare. IGN gets all the free shit because they're IGN. But we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see. They've been chopping up other game journalists so they can survive. That's literally what they're doing. But IGN gets the shit. Nobody else. IGN. IGN first.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kat Bailey, and this is our extended look at Dragon Age: The Veilguard's gameplay. I'm here with BioWare lead developers Corinne Bush and John Epler. Corinne, what are we looking at today?
Is that? I really don't like the art style. I really don't. But, is that a blurry effect? It's kind of like a fuzzy... We'll see. Oh, probably not.
Hey y'all, so today we're going to be helping out one of our companions, Davrin. This is part of his personal arc to rescue the Griffins long thought extinct. We're going to take a quick journey through the lighthouse, your base of operations. We're going to head into the crossroads and make our way to the dark swamps of Hosberg.
I'm looking at the frames and I'm just like, is that 30 frames? That's definitely 30 frames.
Wetlands.
So you're in the lighthouse, as Corinne mentioned. This is your base of operations that you inherited, willingly or unwillingly, from Solus. It is located in the Fade. It's where Solus was able to start planning his rebellion against the Elven gods millennia ago. Right now, you and your team have occupied it, started to build it, started to shape itself around your personality.
That's where
as
you
Corinne
put the
mentioned,
wood
we
on
are going to go
upstairs.
talk to Davrin, who is located up above. And each of these spaces kind of shapes itself around your companions as they live there, as they
So that's where the
basically
shaping
spend
is, not in the combat.
their arcs in those rooms.
And we see here the glowing light above indicates Davrin's ready for us. Let's check in with him.
Something wrong?
Got a message. Place called the Cauldron was attacked.
That's some
Davrin's
sort
got
of
a nice
Grey
voice.
Warden tavern.
It's a secret Warden readout. No idea what goes on there.
Then why are you involved?
Because whatever attack...
This Kunari looks so fucking scary. This Kunari looks so fucking scary. Davrin, you look okay. You're alright. Davrin, a little bit too much on the eyebrows, but you look alright. The Kunari scares the shit out of me. The Kunari...
It sounds like the Gloomhowler.
So earlier in Davrin's arc, you were introduced to his nemesis, the Gloomhowler, a creature that's been hunting and stalking wardens for quite some time. It's kidnapped a bunch of other griffins. Davrin has been trying to track it down. Now he's got a lead, so we're going to go find this and go track this thing down.
Oh, really?
Now, Davrin, he prefers the direct
He's a young
approach.
Javik.
We're going to choose a tough response and see if we can get his approval.
Then let's get rid of it.
Had the same thought. What's left of the Wardens are still licking their wounds. So we handle this alone. Just go to the Cauldron and get the Griffins back. You have to promise to behave, boy. Listen to every word I say, stay out of trouble, don't do anything dumb, and don't eat any.
I think we get the point.
Lancet and Remy told me there's a word for the bond between a Griffin and Warden moving as one. Turlum. Until Hassan and I have that, I'm supposed to keep him safe.
I have to say that I find the Griffin adorable.
And very
No.
importantly, I know this is a question on everyone's mind. Yes, you can pet Hassan.
Well, thank goodness for that. And all right, what are we going to be doing next?
He's up for this.
All right, we're going to finish getting this information from Davrin on the Gloomhowler, and we'll be off to Hosberg and the crossroads.
Between Warden and Griffin starts by having faith in each other.
Maybe. I suppose you were born for this sort of fight,
Griffin's
boy.
alright, though.
All talons and temper.
And a sharp tongue to remind you of it.
As long as he backs it up.
So I assume that Hassan can be helpful during the gameplay.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, a lot of Davrin's abilities revolve around calling Hassan in the heat of battle. I in particularly love when you're going against enemies, you see Hassan swoop down, especially if it triggers a combo between your companions.
As Quinn mentioned earlier,
it
one of the
don't do
interesting,
shit.
fun things we've done is if you see the lights on in a room, companions have something to say, you can see Harding up.
Maybe when it does the combo, because it looks like it's fire related, but when it swoops down and there's no combo, it don't do a goddamn thing.
In that space there. Nev behind you as well, and Belara. But we have a mission ahead of us. We're going to go find the Gloom Howler if we can, and we're going to go through the Crossroads in order to do that. And the Crossroads, if you've played previous Dragon Age games, Trespasser in particular, is a location in the Fade that contains a number of alluvians, allowing you to travel across Thedas in a matter of minutes. But at this point, the Crossroads are under assault by the other elven gods. It's a dangerous place, and we are going to be in for a bit of a fight.
Lighting is nice.
And this alluvian, the Vera Voss, is the central focus point of the lighthouse. This is going to take us to Solas's pocket area of the Crossroads, and it might look a little bit different from what you've seen in Trespasser.
Can you tell us a little bit about the role that the Crossroads plays in the structure and the gameplay?
Yeah, so the Crossroads is, again, it's the area that you spend a lot of time traveling through as you go from area to area. It's also a space that has, at one point, served as Solas's main base of operations and training ground for his rebellion against the Elven gods. So as you go through it, you're going to find fragments of the past, things that Solas had done previously that are going to give you a bit of insight into Solas as a character, but also into the Elven gods and their motivations.
Some of my favorite content that
today.
you'll find if you go exploring in the Crossroads is these opportunities to actually relive some of the memories Solas had during his rebellion. You actually get to take part in this ancient rebellion.
And here we have the Caretaker, a mysterious spirit that was actually here before Solas was and started to help Solas with his rebellion, but also to turn this into a safe haven for spirits. Again, as I mentioned before, the gods are assaulting the Crossroads, so it's no longer the safe haven it once was, but you're going to work with this Caretaker through quite a large amount of ancillary content to rebuild this into that safe home for these creatures that, if anyone knows Solas, he has a tremendous amount of affection for spirits.
All right, now we're gonna get into combat here, and this time we're playing as a mage. Now, mage is one of my favorite classes to play. It's primarily a ranged attacker, and when we're surrounded by swarming darkspawn, I really have to use a variety of strategies to control the battlefield.
Because you're the only one doing the best damage, and you're most likely gonna get aggroed. You are the prime damage dealer. Your allies are not the prime damage dealer. You are a mage. Guess what? You're not gonna sit back and relax. You're gonna flip around like this motherfucker is doing, and you're gonna be being like a battle mage. You don't get to sit back and relax like Dragon's Dogma sorcerers do.
I'm going to use my heavy charged attacks to knock down these ghouls, get them out of the way. And of course, darkspawn are vulnerable to fire. So we made sure to equip our fire staff, have our fire abilities on hand.
You may notice something about the Darkspawn too, is that they look a little bit different than they have previously, and part of that is because Gillinane, who has always been focused on using the Blight as essentially a crafting material, a way to alter life itself, has been enhancing and changing these Darkspawn as part of her army.
Corinne, I noticed that you were doing a combo opportunity. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the role that plays in the actual combat?
Yes, so the combat system in this game, the deep strategy behind it is really to manage the various abilities your companions and Rook have in concert. So in this case, Harding has a combo opportunity with Shred. It's going to apply the Sundered effect and deal a high amount of stagger. Now you'll notice I can combo that with Rook's ability Spirit Bomb. That's going to cause a detonation combo.
So, again, one of the things you'll notice about the terrain here is it's very snowy, very mountainous. The Crossroads is a realm that reflects the waking world. In this case, it's
level 35. That was, I guess it was a little bit underwhelming, but hey, it did great damage. I saw the numbers. That was pretty good.
Amalgamation of all.
I do like the fact that there's different abilities that do different like animations. Like sometimes you just throw projectiles, other times you shoot beams from your scepter. So that's kind of cool, or staff.
Of the real world spaces that are tied to it. In the case, we've got Hossberg, we've got other mountainous regions. So it's kind of this mix of the swamp. And as you'll see, as we move towards these alluvions, the architecture around them very clearly reflects what's on the other side. We're not going to spoiler and tell you exactly what's on the other side, but you maybe make a few guesses based on
You might as well spoil us at this time. You've given us so many spoilers already.
what you're seeing.
The right thing.
Do I have to do the crossroads, or can I just fast travel right through?
So it depends how you progress through the game. The first time you go to any of the new regions in the world, you'll traverse the crossroads to get there. Subsequent times, we of course support fast travel, but it behooves you to actually go back and explore the crossroads as some of the deepest secrets lie within.
So now you're in Hossberg Wetland. It's an area that has been almost completely consumed by the blight. The Grey Wardens have set up an outpost here. Again, if you know anything about the Grey Wardens, they fight the blight anywhere they see it. And they're noticing something strange is going on here. The blight is not behaving as they expect it to, and as it historically has. So they've set up shop in this place called Lavendel, and you are here to work with them, help them out, and help them find an answer to the questions about the blight that they're asking.
Tell me a little bit more about this area. It looks a little bit like a hub where you can get a lot of quests and things like that.
That's right. So here we find one of the bases of the Grey Wardens. So you'll see they've really built up a small fighting.
I gotta be honest, the architecture does look nice. I just don't like the way the characters move their mouths, is all I'm saying.
Force here to hold off the Darkspawn. What's more, the Grey Wardens are a faction we're going to be working with throughout the game. We've got Holden, one of the Grey Warden quartermasters. We're actually going to upgrade his shop and see what items he has in store for us, see if maybe it gives us an edge in combat.
And the Grey Wardens, much like the other factions, they...
Ranking up shops. So you give them materials to rank up the shop. I guess so. I just didn't think that was, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, it's a thing. It's not, it doesn't really bug me that much. Let's check out these weapons though. He's got the current item. He's got the Griffin's Talon. Or this is for who? Sword and shield. That's, oh, Davern. Davern has this on. Wait. Davern's not with you. But can you change his equipment even though he's not with you? That's kind of nice. Attack my target, deals plus 50% armor damage. This feels like Destiny. It feels like Destiny. I'm looking at the armor and I'm just like, Destiny. Yeah. Well, is there an item level, physical damage, stagger? Yeah.
Understand the stakes of the gods being out. They want to help you, but you need to help them first. They have, again, as Kryn mentioned, they're holding off the Darkspawn here. They have other priorities, so getting them more powerful allows them to more meaningfully contribute to your fight against the elven gods.
So where are we going next?
All right, so we're heading out of the Grey Warden Fortress into the small town of Lavendel. Now, this used to be a beautiful place full of life, flowers, and you can see what effect the blight has had. But the residents are still here. They're trying to make the most of their lives, and you can see there's plenty of opportunities to help them. In fact, we're going to quickly check in with Finn the physician and see what he has in store for us.
So Flynn, again, one of the focuses of this game is characters, not causes.
I've been busy with patients, but I'm short on medical supplies. My mentor, Oscar, he should have some. He has a cabin outside the village. If you're out there, tell him you saw Flynn, and they could use his help.
And Flynn is a warden
the
who
animations for
will do
talking
quests
is
with.
just kind of
We wanted to make sure that the side
off-putting.
content of Dragon Age: The Veilguard felt as meaningful and tied to the overall conflict of the game as anything else you do. We don't want you to just go off and do random tasks. Everything needs to feel meaningful, either contributing to your fight against the gods or contributing to the growth of your companions and the factions that you need at your side to stop the gods.
You look a bit worried.
We're not sure where some of our wardens are, Beckett and a few others. We're supposed to check in. We need to look out for each other more than ever. It's just, I know they took Weishaupt hard, and I hope they're okay.
When you have NPCs worried about allies or friends, they shouldn't just stand there like they're just talking about their what they watched last night. Like, hey, did you check out Hulu Plus? Oh man, I like this show. She does not seem worried about her friends in the slightest. Really need to work on it's like they probably focused on the companions and the characters when it came to acting, but when it came to NPCs, they didn't give two shits about how they said things.
All right, so we picked up a couple of quests in Lavendel, but we're here to help Davrin. So we're gonna make our way through the perils of Hossberg and try to get to this Warden Fortress of the Cauldron.
This area looks nice.
Seeing a lot of kind of organic matter. I suppose that's the blight.
Absolutely. So the blight at this point, as mentioned before, the wardens understand it's changed. It's become a lot more organic, a lot more alive. You know, back in Dragon Age 2, Inquisition, Origins, the blight, while it was a slow-moving wall, it didn't have this almost sentience, this almost thought behind it. And obviously we've talked about how the gods that are out are blighted. That probably has something to do with it, and it's made this area far more dangerous than it would have been before.
And you might notice as we get into combat with some of these Darkspawn that they do look a little bit different than before, and that's very intentional. Gillenane, the god of monsters, she uses blight like a medium to sculpt and warp.
Well, okay. So they changed the way the blight looks because it's in relation to Gillenane. Okay. Why did you make them look horrible? Not scary. Why did you make them look horrible? Okay, that's cool that it's tied to the story the way they look at that. Okay, that's fine. But why did your team suck at making Darkspawn look darker? Like, you know, more zombie-ish. You know what I mean? Because if I remember correctly, wait. Also, why did the Darkspawn not have armor? Because they're all seem to be naked. All the Darkspawn that I remember had like armor. So at least this is what you should have done. Like this monster that I'm seeing before me. Like there's Herlux, there's Genlux, there's all these other sorts of monsters that they put on armor. What you could have done is have like the darkness bleeding out from the armor with tendrils, and they have extra fangs, and they just have an overall look like, yeah, we got armor on and we got the tendrils, not naked ogre guy throwing a fireball.
The Darkspawn to do her bidding, to
like this guy's just naked. He's just naked. Is that supposed to be the ogre? Also that one behind him, that's supposed to be the ogre. Could have kept the ogre's armor on, and I know the ogres didn't have that much armor on, but I'm just saying, like, add some flair to whatever this is, because I'm looking at it, the Darkspawn look horrible. It's like a horrible Halloween.
Suit her purposes.
So right now you'll see
I'm
a
not
couple
scared,
of
I'm just
Herlocks,
disappointed.
one with some pretty disgusting growths on its back. Again, the idea that the Darkspawn and the Blight is an organic weapon. They're not just coming
That's an
out
interesting
and
ability.
making swords, making armor. They're using the Blight to augment themselves so they can more effectively defeat you and also give the gods the world that they desire.
All right, now I'm actually going to switch to my Orb and Dagger on the Mage, and those of you that were fans of the Knight Enchanter in Dragon Age Inquisition, you might feel right at home with this. This is a more melee-focused, more agile version of the Mage.
That's actually kind of
One
cool.
of the main mechanics here is you
Orb and Dagger with the Mage, that's fine. I hope they add more stuff for the other classes as well, instead of just the Mage. Like, those two-handed, you know, great weapon wielding motherfuckers out there. Not only do you get a hammer and a great sword, you could also wield a javelin or something like that, or you could wield like a polearm. Ooh, a halberds. People love halberds.
can use this elemental orb to apply stacks of elemental damage to the enemy, and then unleash them with your dagger to detonate them.
You want to know why they added this class? Is because all the monsters are going to be focusing on you. And where are your teammates at? That's right, your teammates aren't here. They're abilities, not real people. See that damage right over there? Like I said with Neve, that's Neve's damage. Try to focus on the allies. They don't do much damage.
You'll notice that there are blight pools. The darkspawn aren't just coming out of nowhere. The blight is spawning them. Again, part of Gilneain's attempt to turn this into an army for the gods is to use these darkspawn, not just, again, whereas you have the Venatori and the Antam, one case representing magical power and the other case representing physical strength, the darkspawn are representing overwhelming force.
That was a pretty clutch heal a little earlier, by the way.
You know, we've talked at length before that our fans have asked us, where is the healing magic? Can you bring it back?
What?
And Nev in this game, happy to oblige with a kit of healing spells.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We've been asking for healing this whole time. Neve's got, can you do healing?
The enemy, and then unleash them with your dagger to detonate them.
So, again, we're in, you'll notice that there are blight pools. The darkspawn aren't just coming out of nowhere. The blight is spawning them. Again, part of Gilneain's attempt to turn this into an army for the gods is to use these darkspawn, not just, again, whereas you have the Venatori and the Antam, one case representing magical power and the other case representing physical strength, the darkspawn are representing overwhelming force.
That was a pretty clutch heal a little earlier, by the way.
You know, we've talked at length before that our fans have asked us, where is the healing magic?
Because it's been gone for like 2 games. Neve's, okay, Neve's got magic, okay? That's
Can you
cool.
bring it back? And Nev in this game, happy to oblige with a kit of healing spells.
A kit of healing spells. Okay, she's got 1 healing ability. Okay, that's cool. Alright, that is one of the healing abilities. I'm just wondering, does the main character also get to go into healing? That's my thing. But that's good.
So one of the interesting things that I love about our
I'm glad they added it. Add it for the character, for people to become healers themselves, is all I'm saying.
companions is each of them, their abilities, the way that they're built, they're very thematically appropriate to the character. They're very focused on making sure that the gameplay and the narrative are as closely aligned as possible. In the case of Nev versus Blar versus Amrik, our mages, each of them has a healing ability that is thematically appropriate to them. It makes sense.
Wait. Oh, sorry. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Let's go back.
They're built.
Wait. What did you say?
They're very thematically appropriate to the character. They're very focused on making sure that the gameplay and the narrative are as closely aligned as possible. In the case of Nev versus Blar versus Amrik, our mages, each of them has a healing ability that is thematically appropriate to them. It makes sense when you know them as a character.
Watching you play, I'm struck by sort of the size and the scope.
I guess they mean by their animations or how they do the spell. I I mean, I guess that would make sense as long as it is. So they changed the way the heal looks, I guess, depending on the character. So that's what I'm going by. We'll see. I would like the fact that all I've been hearing about is the companion mages have heals.
Of this particular area, it seems like there's a lot of exploration that I can be doing right here.
That was really one of our goals with these areas. Of course, we are a mission-based game, but we really emphasize player autonomy. You can revisit these spaces. They're full of secrets, puzzles, some pretty incredible bosses and treasure. And of course, as we saw earlier in Lavendel, some really narratively rich side quests.
One thing that's interesting is you'll find we're going on a quest for Davrin, but Davrin is not currently in our party. That's because Davrin has gone ahead of us and is waiting for us at the Cauldron. This is, again, we want the followers, the companions, to feel like they have autonomy, and while they won't complete the quest on their own, they will go ahead and get things ready. So when you get there, you can you talk to them, you have a conversation with them, and it feels like they're as invested in the success of their journey, their stories, as you are.
That's normal. That's normal. Hey, I really need this done. Okay, cool. I'll be there when you're ready. That's it. That's been normal. That's been done. I don't know what they mean by autonomy. All I hear is just jibber jabber. Let us control our own characters. It's fine if there's a special side mission that relates to Davrin and he's his own person at that moment. That's fine. But when it comes outside of those companion missions, I think any other time you should be able to use your own companions in any other fight. I think that is like, we need to stop talking about like the companions having their own autonomy when we need to talk about players, gamers, the people that are going to buy your $70 fucking $90 game should be able to use each and every companion, because you know what? You paid for this game. You get to control the characters just like you did before in the older games. The autonomy. The fuck you mean, weirdos?
This looks like a pretty contiguous zone, is that right?
It is, yes. So it's full of branching paths, different areas to explore. And what I love is the more content you do in the area, the more shortcuts you're going to discover. You're really going to have a lot more flexibility in how you navigate between your remaining missions and quests.
Well, I think something really interesting too about the way that our team has built these spaces is there's the idea of each space has its own story to tell. And while those quests, you know, we talked earlier about those quests and side quests being narratively relevant, they also contribute to a more of a meta story about the space itself. So in the case of Hossberg, we talked about how this is an area surrounded by blight, and you're kind of getting to the center of what exactly is going on in Hossberg and Lavendel, and these quests that you do and the content Corinne is currently engaged in helps to tell that story.
What are they doing up there? Not doing
we can see our companions
damage, that's for sure.
up here attacking this dark spawn on their own. Let's give them a quick hand. All right, and I love positional gameplay, making use of the environment to your advantage.
Again, the companions aren't doing any sort of damage. I feel like the companions are the catalyst to whatever sort of damage you want to do, or they want to do. So if you lay down the groundworks for like some ice or electricity, they will come down and do like a proc that does amazing damage. But when it comes to their own damage, fighting one darkspawn alone, that damage doesn't even move their bar. Watch! I've already seen gameplay of the allies fighting any of the darkspawn. It is trash damage, but the main character is doing great damage. It just doesn't feel like you're even in a team anymore. You're just not in a team anymore. You're fighting alone, it feels like. Dragon Age Veilguard. Oh, man. Dragon Age the autonomy.
Just saw that you could do a takedown move, so it's kind of a finishing move.
You can. Now, in this particular build, I'm really focused on using necromantic energies to siphon life force. But if I, for instance, wanted to go the stagger route, I could go a full takedown build if I like. It's a really powerful, heavy-hitting style of gameplay.
All right, so you'll notice Davern is waiting for us, so let's go see what he has to say. Hassan flies in.
Yeah, a bad day at the cauldron.
What could do that?
What have they been hiding inside?
So something tore through the gate. That's probably not great. Looks like we should probably get moving.
We won't find out standing around here.
Be ready for anything.
I like how detailed Iron Bull and the other Qunari looked. And this one just looks like a clean face of a Qunari. Like, it feels like somebody's just wearing horns as a cosplay. Iron Bull had more aesthetics and more wrinkles and more of that sort of look. This Qunari looks like he stole this body, and that's the face that he got. Yeah.
So because we don't have Davern in our party, he's going to move ahead and wait for us while we bring Nev and Harding along to clear a path for ourselves to find Davern and get to where he is.
Can you talk a little bit about how Nev and Harding sort of synergize during the combat?
Yeah, so Nev and Harding, Nev is a mage, Harding is a rogue, and each of the classes, and you can build a party entirely of one class if you want, but the idea is that the classes synergize and they can set up and detonate each other's abilities in a very interesting way. Now, because you have a lot of freedom in how you build your character, you can, again, as said, you can have all rogue party, all...
I'm listening. I'm just, I don't, either the person playing the game is not concentrating, or B, they suck at this game. Why didn't they just turn on the God mode button that they got?
Mage party, all warrior party, it still works, but in this case, Nev and Harding are very effective at setting up and detonating, in this case, as Corinne's going to show.
So we're in danger here, and this is really what I love about the tactical layer of combat. If you get in that clutch situation where you've got this devastating incoming attack...
Look what I mean right here. What kind of... Look at the boots. Look at the boots on this Darkspawn. What the hell is this? What is this? It's like burnt spaghetti. These burnt spaghetti boots that these Qunari have. Oh, bruh. How you doing, Genlock? How you doing, Ogre? How you doing, bro? Check out my new kicks, bruh. Burnt spaghetti, bro. Shit. You got on the new kicks, bro. Oh, Daniel with the sick fans.
Great time to pause gameplay, weigh your options, and in this case, I'm going to go back to our combo here and see if I can just quickly get out of the way. All right. You can see I've applied siphoning to these enemies, so I'm actually going to be leeching their health when I use my Mage Beam. Now you'll notice there's blight boils throughout the area, and that's part of our philosophy on the combat encounters. If I don't destroy these blight boils, ghouls are going to continue to emerge. So I'm really focused on what targets do I take down first. This enemy is a little bit weaker. I think I'm going to have my companions focus on them while
You let your companion focus on them. They'll come back to you in about 5 minutes when they actually complete. And you know what? I'm being mean. I'd say like 2 minutes. He's like, yo, he's weak. He's low health. I'm gonna let my companion take care of that. And then you look at the clock and you're just like, yo, where my companion at? It's been like 3 minutes.
I deal with this grenadier that's given me some problem.
Yeah, I will say, and that's, I know I'm not on the stick. Kryn is much better at this game than I am, and
You say that?
well, most of the time, yes, 100%. But each enemy, again, really leaning into the organic. What I love about the Grenadiers is they basically rip off pieces of themselves and throw them at you, which explode as blight. And again, really leaning to the idea that the blight is organic and disgusting.
That I do like.
One thing that I'm noticing is that the combat encounters can get pretty intense. You end up fighting a lot of different enemies.
Oh no, shit! Looks like this dude's having a problem with the with the blight. Damn. You know what could help? Teammates. Damn. What if this Qunari had not just 2 but 3 teammates? What if you could control those teammates? Bro. What if the teammates actually did proper damage? Shit, bro. Shit. Let's stop. We can make video games ourselves at this
So you
point.
can absolutely die if you're not careful.
Yes, and this, as we mentioned earlier, this is well into the game, so combat counters have really ramped up, and it really shows the importance of positioning, using your companions wisely, and looking for those synergies and combos. Now, this is interesting. We just went down. We've built our
Isn't that literally the same defeat sign as a League of Legends or something? No, it's not. But hey,
companions to be
It is
able
what
to
it
come
is.
to our aid. So
Wait,
we're
are you
actually
gonna
going to use a
revive?
revive here,
okay.
and Nev to the rescue.
And as Corinne mentioned, this is later in the game, and Hossberg itself is what I would consider a later game area, and the encounters are a little bit more challenging. It's a more dangerous space. This shows up in the encounter, but it also shows up in...
I'm looking at that and I'm just like, watch. No, yep, perfect. Watch Neve hit them with some cold damage. Watch Neve. Watch Neve and then watch the main character do damage. Watch.
Is what I would consider a
That's Neve's. That's Neve's damage.
later game area, and the encounters are a little bit more challenging. It's a more dangerous
Main
space.
character. Main
It shows
character.
up in
Main
the encounters,
character.
but it also shows up
Main
in
character
the visuals,
punch.
the storytelling here. This
Listen, bro. They showed it twice at this point. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
is a place that you don't want to be. You don't want to be in Hossberg. It is full of darkspawn, full of blight, and generally not a pleasant place to be.
That looks nice.
Well, we'll be able
The
to
areas look
explore
nice.
more of the Cauldron when Dragon Age the Veilguard comes out on October 31st. In the meantime, we are going to be continuing on with our IGN first coverage of Dragon Age for the
Yep. Special privileges for IGN, because IGN does the best reviews. If your game is great, it's probably gonna be an 8. If your game is crap, it's gonna be a 7. If your game is great, really great, but IGN doesn't like doesn't like the fact that it doesn't have any propaganda on it, well then we're just gonna have to make it an 8. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all out here playing monkey see monkey do. We're gonna have to give it an 8. Anyway, that was what we just saw. It's all right. That Qunari looks fucking weird.